onto our backs. Hi, Jillian. Hi, Indira. Let's bring one hand onto our heart and one hand onto our belly. And let's just start to slow the breath way down. Start just breathing through the nose here. See if you can really use your imagination with me today. We're going to do a couple of things. See if you can really come from that place in your heart where your critical thinking is turned off. I promise I won't brainwash any absurdities in there. Just let your guard down. Let that voice that kind of can come up and go like, what is this? This is weird. This is not real. Let that voice take a little snooze right now. So come into that place of imagination. And see if you can imagine. Sometimes we ask the question like, what am I really? Like, I'm not this body, or I'm not just this body. What am I? Let's see if you can just imagine that you are the breath. See if that will inspire you to make each breath last a little longer, since that is you, your existence. Notice how opening your throat or opening these passageways can help you to be here more fully. You, the breath. So witness the changes in the body or the mind that happen as you, the breath, start to take up a little more space, a little more time. Notice how the body and the mind start to relax a little bit. And just be the witness to that. See if every time you make yourself a little bigger and last a little longer, you can feel the body softening through the eyes, the shoulders, the jaw. If this doesn't resonate with you and you're not able to imagine this, then maybe try imagining that you are awareness. You're just that awareness of what's going on with the body and the mind. Not attaching yourself to it. Just witnessing. See if you can keep this awareness, this presence, this connection with the breath as we start to move our bodies. Slowly hug your knees into your chest. See if you can grab your elbows around your knees. Then relax your shoulders, chin is slightly tucked. See if you can stay in that place of awareness. Just notice what's happening with the body. Instead of the thought being, I'm so tense, or I have tension here. Just being aware, there's tension here. And watching, and just being unattached to it, and staying with your breath a little longer. Something starts to happen, start to soften all around. Maybe your lower vertebrae and your booty start to come down closer to the ground. Maybe that tension in the hip flexor just starts to dissipate. Just notice. All right, now we're going to rock forward and back a couple times. Maybe your toes come to touch the ground behind your head, and you rock all the way up to a seat a couple times. And when you're ready, we're going to stay in that seat at the top of the mat. All right, so we're going to ground down through the sit bones. And imagine you can inhale a little more length into your spine. Inhale the shoulders up high, draw them back. Slowly let them sink down as you slowly let that air back out through the nose. Let's do that a couple times. Press the sit bones down. Inhale, slowly lift. Take the tiniest little stream of air so you can make it last a little longer. Lift the shoulders a little higher. Draw them back. Exhale, slowly release the air. Release the shoulders at the same rate. 2 more. Make them last even longer. Really taking your time. It really resets the nervous system. Half the time we're awake, we're in a hurry. When you're really savoring this breath and savoring this moment, it's kind of the opposite of that, of being in a hurry. All right, now keep your shoulders melting down the back. Inhale the arms up. Now reach your left hand towards your left shoulder. Let your right hand help that elbow back so you can walk those fingers down towards that shoulder a little more. Bring your chin away from your chest a little bit, but still try to lengthen through the back of the neck. Press the sit bones down. Inhale, lift the heart, find length, fill all the way up. Exhale, find softness, empty every last drop of air. For one more breath, maybe those fingers walk down a little closer, maybe that elbow draws back a little more. Can you soften the shoulders down a little more and release some of that tension? And release, reach both hands up, squeeze your palms together, gaze up, press the hands together more. Lift the hands a little higher. And keep inviting the shoulders to soften down. Okay, now right hand reaches for right shoulder, left hand helps elbow back. Sit bones pressed down, heart lifts up, chin is parallel to the ground. See where you can soften. On every exhale, you soften. Maybe even on each inhale, find this softening, this continuous process of softening. Maybe one more breath walks those fingers a little further down, draws the elbow a little further back. And release, squeeze your palms together, gaze up. Maybe your head drops back now. Heart is lifting, shoulders softening, hands pressing together, sit bones pressing down. Now hinge forward and let your head become heavy. Keep your sit bones grounded. Whether you decided to become the breath or become the awareness, reconnect with that. See if everything else can just kind of fall away for right now. Really exercising your discipline muscles by staying focused on this breath, in this moment. Slowly roll it back up. Now you can stay right here if you like, if this next pose is not accessible to you. If it is, maybe you come to sit between your heels. Maybe you have to roll the big fleshy part of the calves out of the way. You're trying to sit your booty down on the ground between the heels. All right? So we're just gonna start to settle in a little bit here. This might have a little bit of discomfort, but if there's any pain, you will not sit this way, okay? All right, we're gonna inhale the arms up. Turn the palms to face up as you interlace the fingers and reach up. Now drop the hands over to the right just a little bit. Soften the shoulders down. Inhale back through center, fill up, reach up. Exhale, drop it to the left. Inhale, come back up. Float your hands down. We're just going to set them right here in our lap. And close your eyes. See how long you can make this breath. If you have become the breath, see how big you can become. Notice how as you fill this body all the way up, you can start to soften all that tension as you let that air go, or as you release. So sometimes that even as we're doing these processes of letting go, we can get hung up on getting somewhere. Like we think, oh, if we can just release enough, we'll get to this place where everything feels better. But see if you can make it about the process. So we're not trying to get anywhere, we're just right here. So we're enjoying this process of becoming the witness or that awareness, instead of trying to reach something. Okay, bring the right hand back behind you. Reach the left hand up. We're going to sink back a little bit, maybe even bend the right elbow down. Keep the sit bones pressing down, but now lift the heart up. Maybe the head drops back. And then find a little bit of a twist, reaching through the fingers. Soften anywhere you can. Let something go. Come back to center. Left hand outside the left heel. Right hand reaches up. Sit bones press down. This heart presses up. And then drop that elbow as you twist a little bit. Soften the shoulders. Slowly come back up. All right, now we're going to come onto the hands and knees. And we're going to turn the wrists around. So the back of the wrists face forward. We're going to really start to open things up. This might be intense. If so, just breathe here. If you want more, maybe you start to wiggle side to side. If you really want more, you start to go forward and back. Stay with your breath. Find that rhythmic flow. There through the nose. One more breath, one more chance to let something go. See where you can soften here. Slowly turn your hands back around. And now bring the knees together, curl the toes under, and sit back on the heels, opening the arches of the feet. Again, there might be some discomfort, but if there's pain, go ahead and come out of it. Yeah, if pinkies are trying to escape, go ahead and get them back in the mix. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, now we're going to bring your right hand, your palm faces you. Left thumb right in between the ring and pinky finger. Fingers wrap around the thumb. Now imagine you're going to place the back of the right hand on the heart. Notice the right shoulder moving around to accommodate. Draw it back. Let it soften down just like the other. And imagine you're trying to twist, place the back of that hand on the heart. Inhale, imagine lengthening the spine. Exhale, soften anywhere you can. So keep your gaze steady, either just this diffused gaze down the nose, or maybe you picked a spot to keep your gaze fixed on. See if every single exhale you can soften just a little bit more. And release, shake it out a little bit. And now left palm faces you, right thumb between ring and pinky, fingers wrap around, back of the hand to the heart, shoulder comes back and softens down. Inhale, lengthens. Exhale, softens. Stay right here in this moment with this breath. Gently release, shake it out. Bring your hands down, pat the feet out a little bit. And then come back to that nice tabletop. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Start to lengthen through the spine and the back of the neck. So the crown of the head is reaching forward, so you're looking down, but your head's not hanging down. The crown is reaching, imagine your neck is an extension of your spine. So imagine that line that is your spine continuing all the way to the crown of the head. So look down just a little bit. Not really tucking the chin towards the chest, just lengthening through the back of the neck. All right, inhale, peel the right hand up. Roll the right shoulder back and twist over. If you want more, bring the back of your right hand to the small of your back, or even reach for that left hip. And then keep peeling that right shoulder back. Use your exhale to soften anywhere you can. Now slowly reach your right arm back towards the wall behind you. Then reach it back up. Twist open one more time. And then thread the needle. Bring the right ear all the way down. Bring the shoulder almost to the edge of the mat. And then the right ear down flat. Make sure the whole right ear is pressing down like a suction cup. And then walk the left fingertips forward. Maybe your hips draw back just a little bit. Maybe you lift up onto those tented fingertips, lifting that elbow up off the ground too on that left hand. Now see how long you can hold on to this breath. Then become either the breath or the awareness here. And just notice what's happening with the body and the mind, staying unattached. Stay right here if you like. We'll place the left hand on top of the right, interlacing your fingers and straightening into the arms. Pressing the left hand down to the right to help soften the left shoulder back. Notice if there's tension in your neck, your jaw, your shoulders, and soften that. Feel this continuous softening. Like we don't just soften and then we're there. It's this softening. Keep experiencing this. It's letting go. Slowly come back up using the help of your left hand. Peel the right hand back up, twist open one more time. And come back to your hands and your knees for one really slow rounded cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly. Spread your sit bones. Press your tailbone up. Look up. Fill up. One more sit. Exhale, round it out. Pull the belly button into the spine. Press into the hands. Tuck the chin a little more. Come back to that neutral spine, lengthening through the back of the neck. Press into the hands. Fire up the core. Inhale, peel the left hand up, roll the left shoulder back. Twist open. Maybe back of the hand comes to the small of the back. Maybe it reaches for that hip. As you peel the left shoulder back more. Don't forget to soften and keep softening. Letting go. Slowly release the left hand to reach back towards the wall behind you, and then lift it straight up. Twist open one more time, and thread the needle, shoulder towards the edge, left ear all the way down. Right hand walks forward. Settle in here. Once you settle in, maybe lift those fingers, lift the wrist and elbow up, coming up on tented fingers. Maybe you draw the sit bones back just a little bit. Come back to the thought, either I am the breath and experience that, or I am awareness and experience that. Stay right here, place the right hand on top of the left, interlace the fingers, straighten into the arms, pressing the right hand down to roll the right shoulder back, softening all the way. Slowly come up with the help of the right hand. Peel the left hand up. Twist open. Come back, hands and knees. Even slower rounded cat-cow. Take your time. This wave-like motion coming off the spine. Once you're full, take one more sip. Exhale just as slowly. Come back to that neutral spine. All right, so curl the toes under, lift the knees a couple inches, let the head hang down, press into the fingers and knuckles, soften the shoulders out of the ears, and slowly imagine you're gonna sit your booty up on the ceiling. Press your booty up towards the ceiling, but keep the knees bent, and then slowly sink into the heels. Keep drawing the traps away from the ears as you hollow out the armpits, turning them in towards each other. Press into the hands like you're trying to press the sit bones up and back. If things feel tight here and you want to move around a little bit, feel free to pedal it out or sway the hips. Now we're going to start to become really aware of the two different sides of the body. Okay, so feel how your hands are pressing down to lift each sit bone up and back. So visualize these lines from your hands to your sit bones. So press into those hands like you're pressing up and back. And then imagine that same amount of pressure coming from your sit bones down to your feet. See if you can feel this continuous motion. Your hands pressing up and back to press your legs and your heels down. Yeah, you can keep the knees bent if that's how you find the nice long spine, but maybe you can start to straighten into the legs a little more by sinking into the heels too. Yeah, your head is heavy. If you're not sure, shake it out a little bit. Even if your head's hanging heavy, maybe you're still holding a little tension in the traps. Soften. Slowly heel toe your feet forward to meet your hands. And then inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Walk your hands over to the right, maybe even back behind you just a little bit. Head stays heavy, breath stays deep. Maybe your knees are deeply bent. Maybe you start bending one knee at a time and moving around a little here. Maybe you're shaking the head out. Yeah, just kind of find any fold that works for you. Maybe you walk your back through center and over to the left. Maybe you're doing something else, but try to find a way to release a little more from the low back. Not too worried about stretching the hamstrings just yet. We're just trying to release the low back, but if you feel ready to start straightening into the legs, that's great. All right, if you've done something on one side, make sure to even it out, and a couple breaths will come back to the center. And now tuck your chin to your chest, bend your knees a lot, inhale here, exhale, just slowly roll up, arms and head stay heavy. Press into the feet, inhale, lift up, roll the heart open, soften the shoulders down, keep them down, inhale the arms up. Squeeze the palms together, lift everything a little higher, exhale, draw the hands to the heart. Inhale, lift the heart up into the hands, fill all the way up. Exhale, soften the shoulders, lower your hands down by your sides. All right, bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees, and now lift your right foot up in front of you. Keeping both knees equally bent, flex the right foot. See if you can soften into that left knee just a little more. Now pull your belly in. See if you can engage your Mula Bandha, like the muscle you would use to stop your peak. See if you can lift that pelvic floor. See if you can lift your low belly in. See if you can continue softening with each exhale and stay with this breath just a little longer. All right, now step your right foot right in front of your left and let your left knee come right into your right calf here. Keeping the knees bent. Keep softening. And slowly come back up to standing. Big toes together, press the feet down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift the heart into the hands, fill all the way up. One more sip. Exhale, soften, release the hands, empty all the air. Hands to the hips, bend the knees, lift the left foot, flex it, sink into the right knee a little more. Draw the shoulders back, let them soften down. Keep your gaze steady and soft. Keep your breath deep and slow. Set that left foot in front, right knee comes into the back of the calf, maybe the right heel lifts up a little bit. Still trying to draw your upper body back a little bit. Slowly come back up to standing. Okay, now spread your toes out. See if you can move your pinky toe. Wiggle it. Maybe? No? Next one, try to wiggle it. Try to become really aware of all the parts of our body. But sometimes don't get any love. Middle toe, try to wiggle it. All right, next toe. They say we can become just as versatile with our feet as our hands, and we just haven't practiced. So just try to bring a little awareness into your feet. Spread your toes out, press them back down. And now as you feel both feet pressing down, imagine these lines from your feet to your sit bones. And see if you can imagine spreading your sit bones a little bit and creating a little bit of an internal rotation of your thighs. Thighs are drawing in towards each other a little bit. All right? So press down into the feet and see if you can visualize the line all the way up to the shoulders. Feel both sides of the body lengthening, but also softening on the exhale. All right, keep the shoulders soft. Inhale the arms up. Squeeze the palms together, lift everything a little higher. Exhale, reach the hips, lead the heart. Maybe you need to bend the knees, that's fine. Fold a little deeper, belly in and up out of the way. Empty all the air. Inhale, lifts you halfway up and fills you all the way up. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, and we'll hold for 10 breaths, so be strong. If you become aware of both sides of the body and really press into your hands, it might feel like that's harder, that will be easier. Okay, press into your fingers and knuckles like you're trying to broaden your shoulders, shining your heart forward, rolling your shoulders back. And imagine that the more you press into those hands, the more that space in between the shoulder blades lifts up, so we're not sinking in between our shoulder blades. So if you can gauge that Mula Bandha, you draw the belly in and up, and you lift the quads up, it feels like you're exerting more energy, but if you can be stiff like a plank here, things will become easier. Don't forget to keep softening with every single breath, letting go of the tension that's unnecessary. That tension in your shoulders and neck, that's not helping this pose. So see if you can let it go. Rock forward just a little bit and slowly lower all the way down. Okay, untuck your toes, reach your arms forward, come up on those tented fingertips, and lift your heart up. Soften your shoulders down. Now lift your legs up. Keep the same distance between your feet and your hands. Reach back through the toes. Maybe you can lift feet a little higher. If you feel safe and strong here, you can reach the arms up too. See if you can be a little longer and then maybe lift a little higher, but don't forget to soften. One more breath. Lengthen and lift. Let go. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press it back to child's pose. See if you can keep your knees together and get your forehead to rest on the mat. If you need to spread your knees to get your forehead to rest, that's fine too, but get your center of your forehead resting right on the mat and bring your awareness there. Whether you are the breath or the awareness, come to that space. Slowly make your way up, downward facing dog. Keep the knees deeply bent. Do that motion like you're gonna sit your booty up on the ceiling and then sink into the heels. Yeah, wrap the armpits in towards the face as you create some space there, drawing the shoulders and traps away from the ears. Yeah, if your heels are long ways from the ground, maybe you step your feet in a little closer to your hands and see how it feels to get the heels a little closer to the ground. Your head is heavy, your breath is deep, your mind is still. All right, inhale, lift the right foot up high. Okay, actually, bring it back down for a second. Now, come back to that both sides of the body thing. The hands are pressing down to lift each sit bone up and back, like almost like they're separate pieces here. And then that same pressure of the hands pushing up and down is also pressing the heels down. Feel that. And then don't let anything change through the arms as the right foot slowly lifts up. Okay, keep pressing back to the right heel. Now become aware of both sides again. So we're pressing the right hand down, up and back towards the right sit bone, and then out through the heel. It's the same amount of energy that's coming from the left hand, up to the sit bone, back down to the heel. Feel this balance here. Sometimes we'll start to favor one side, we'll bend one elbow, kind of rock to one side. Try to keep this balance. Come on your tippy toes. Exhale, draw your knee all the way to your nose. Try to actually touch it, and then slowly step it through. Inhale, rise up like Crescent Lunge. Press the right knee forward more as you draw the right hip back to get those headlights facing forward. Draw the low belly in and up. Lift the heart. Engage the Mula Bandha. Maybe hands come together. Maybe you gaze up at the thumbs. Find that soft, steady gaze, that diffused gaze down the nose. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's nothing at all. Soften your shoulders. Keep softening. Use all your focus and awareness to continue softening, letting go of any sensations, of any ideas you have about whether you like this pose or not. Let it go. Being the breath or being the awareness. Slowly come up a little bit and then open it up like warrior two. Press the right knee forward. Gaze over the right fingertips. Press down through the feet. Soften through the shoulders. Find a little bit more wingspan as you reach forward and reach back. Now keep the right knee pressing forward. Keep it stacked right over the ankle. As you bring your right elbow to your right knee for extended side angle. But first, do this. Press your right knee straight out over second toe. Gaze up the left hand. And then use leverage to peel your heart up towards the ceiling more, rolling the left shoulder back. And then bring the left arm up alongside the ear, spiraling the pinky down towards the ground. Press the feet down, scoop the hips towards the long edge, roll the heart up towards the ceiling, soften the shoulders away from the ears, reach through your fingers. Keep softening, stay with this breath. Are you the breath of the awareness? Be one, be that fully that right now. Everything else kind of falls away. Now lower your hands to frame the foot, come up on the back toes, lower the left knee and press back leg half splits. Maybe the hands walk back a little bit. Heart stays lifted. Use your breath or be the breath. Pull the belly in. We're still drawing the right hip back into the socket. Maybe trying to straighten into the right leg. One more breath, one more chance to let something go. Okay, lower the right foot down. Press it forward, bring your hands up onto your knee. Now, hook the left elbow outside the left knee. And then back a little bit. Maybe bring your right hand to your low back and roll the right shoulder back. Then reach the right arm straight back towards the wall behind you. Then reach it straight up. Now keep that right shoulder rolling back as you place the right hand right on top of the left and press down into it to keep rolling the heart up towards the ceiling. Imagine you could inhale a little more length into your spine and the back of your neck. Imagine your exhale could soften all the unnecessary tension here. Belly's drawing in out of the way. Keep softening. Slowly, gently unravel, bring the hands down to frame the foot, and one more time, draw back like half splits. Maybe the right heel slides forward a little more if we're working towards full splits. Find your breath. Yeah, it's way easier to slide once it's off the mat. So if you feel that tension, make sure you're not identifying with it. You're not saying, oh, I'm tight. You're just saying, oh, there's some tension there. Let me use my breath or my awareness here and see if I can witness a softening there, a releasing. Okay, drag the right foot back till it's underneath the knee, curl the left toes under, and step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale to lift up halfway, lengthen your spine, fill your body with this breath, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, slide the hands down the ankles, pull the head down towards the feet and fold. Press into the feet, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Bring your palms together, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart, hold them here. Inhale, lift the heart, fill up, soften shoulders, lower the hands, press the feet down, inhale, rise up. Exhale, lead the heart, hinge the hips. Empty every last drop. Let the inhale lift you halfway and fill you all the way. Hold on to it. Exhale, chaturanga, plant the hands, walk or hop it back and lower down. Maybe just knees, chest, chin, baby poke. Meeting back and down, facing dog. Good job, guys. Spread your fingers. Press down through the hands. Feel both sides of the body lengthening and opening as you press the hands forward and down to lift the sit bones up and back. That same momentum is pressing the heels down. Keep that happening. Arms don't change at all. Inhale, lifts the left foot high. Okay, so feel that. Trace both lines of the body again. Arms are straight and strong. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Come up on the toes. Exhale, knee all the way to the nose. Try to touch it. And then step it through Crescent Lunge. Stack the knee right over the ankle. Inhale up, shoulders right over hips. Press the left knee forward. Maybe left thigh gets parallel to the ground. If knee comes out over ankle, take a little wider step. Get those headlights facing forward, little belly in and up. Heart lifts, shoulders softening. Fix your gaze on something. Maybe you've got it just down the nose, but keep it steady and soft. Hold on to this breath a little bit longer. Breathing slowly through the nose. Use your discipline. Stay focused. Keep softening. Come up a little, creating space to open it up, spinning the right heel out and down, warrior two. Check it back in with the knee. Sometimes it likes to collapse in. Keep it stacked over the ankle. Press the feet down. Gaze over the left fingertips. Soften through the shoulders. Find your breath or be the breath. Is there a bug? What happened? Scary. Okay, left knee doesn't move at all. Left elbow comes down to meet it. Using this leverage now, roll the right shoulder back. Then reach the right arm straight up. And then reaching up and overhead, spiral the pinky towards the ground. Press the hips towards the windows a little bit. Roll the heart up towards the ceiling. Softly draw the shoulder out of the ear and reach through the fingers. Keep softening. Keep pressing the left knee straight out over the second toe, not letting it collapse in. Stay right here with this breath. Lower your hands to frame the foot. Lower the right knee. Draw it back like half splits. Toes come back. Hips are pretty much stacked over that back knee. Belly is in. Okay, lower the left foot. And come on up. Plant the right hand on the outside of the knee for leverage. And then roll that left shoulder back. Maybe bring the hands to the low back. Pull that left shoulder back more. Keep it back. Reach the left arm straight back towards the wall behind you, and then reach it straight up. Keep peeling the shoulder back as you place the left hand on top of the right. Use that leverage to keep rolling the left shoulder back. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, back of the neck. Exhale, soften through the shoulders, the face, the jaw. Keep pressing the left knee forward. Draw the belly in out of the way and find a little more twist. And continuous softening. Let something go. Lower your hands to bring the foot. Draw it back like half splits or walk that left heel forward a little more if you're moving towards me. Full splits. You are not your body. Therefore, you are not this tension you're experiencing. So experience it from that perspective. Just witnessing this tension. Using your awareness and your breath to let it go. If you were this tension, if you were this body, you might not want to let it go, right? If that's who you are, you might kind of hold on to it. That's kind of what we do. We hold on to this tension because we've identified with it. See if you can soften more through the jaw and the shoulders. Be unattached to this tension and watch it dissipate. Slowly slide the left foot back until it's under the ankle. Curl the right toes, step the right foot forward. Sink into the heels, reach your arms forward, sit into the chair. Okay, shin is parallel to the ground. Unless you're finding the back bend, you can look up a little. Maybe hands come together. Heart is lifting, shoulders melting. Sink into the heels, lower the booty, pull the belly in. Imagine spreading the sit bones out. Press into the heels, feel those sit bones spread. Trace both lines of the body. Press the hands together more and lift them a little higher. But keep softening, keep letting go. Press into the feet, stand all the way up, find a little backward bend for toe. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, fill all the way up. Soften the shoulders, lower your hands down. Okay, spread your feet as wide as your mat. Turn your toes out a little bit. Bring your hands to your low back. Now bend your knees to lower the hips, and then scoop your hips forward, lift the heart, and drop back into a deep supported backward bend. If it's too much on the neck, keep the chin drawing you towards the chest. Breathe. Find that continuous softening. Let go. Some of this tension, some of this fear. Inhale, slowly come back up, step your feet together. And bring your hands to your heart. Soften, soften, soften. Lower your hands down. Before we start to move, trace both lines of the body. Feel the heels pressing down to lengthen up through the heart, softening the shoulders down. Inhale, arms up. Lift the heart, hinge the hips, lengthen all the way down, belly in and up out of the way so you can fold a little deeper. Inhale, lift up halfway. Hold on to this breath a little longer. Lengthen the spine a little more. Exhale, chaturanga. So on one exhale, you plant the hands, you walk or hop it back, and you lower. Inhale, you lift, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Yeah, exhale, downward facing dog. All right, inhale up on the tippy toes, ripple forward into plank. Trace both sides of the body. Don't let anything change in the arms as the right foot lifts up. Now still feel the whole side of the left body pressing back and the right body too. See where you can soften. Bring your right knee to your right armpit or back of the shoulder. Maybe you find an arm balance here. Press into your fingers and knuckles a little more. Keep the back of your neck long. Keep softening. Now shoot it back like three-legged dog. Maybe you walk the hands back just a touch. Come up on the tippy toes and then sink into the heel. Come back up on the tippy toes. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Warrior one, left heel spins out and down. Right knee presses forward, stacks over ankle, arms reach up, shoulders over hips. Look down if you need to. Check it all out. Press the right knee forward, or maybe you can get the right thigh parallel to the ground. If the knee comes over the ankle, take a wider step. Draw the right hip back to draw the left hip forward. Press the feet down. Press the palms together. Soften the shoulders down. Do the breath and the awareness fully right here, and keep softening. Keep letting go. All right, we're going to one more twist. Bring your hands to your heart. Keep pressing the right knee forward. Hinge forward. Turn twist to the right. Left elbow outside knee. And twist your heart towards your thumbs. Yeah, if you can, you're gonna keep the left foot fully grounded. If that feels like too much twist or too hard to balance, go ahead and come up on those back toes. All right, press the right knee straight out over the big toe. Press the right hand down into the left to roll the right shoulder back, opening the heart. Beautiful. Maybe you're placing the thumbs right in the center of the chest. Inhale, lengthen through the spine and the back of the neck. Exhale, soften anywhere you can. These last couple of breaths, find continuous softening on the inhale and the exhale. Letting something go here. Lower hands down to frame the foot. Come up on the back toes. Lower the left knee. Come back like half splits. Or walk the right heel forward towards full splits. Maybe the left toes wiggle back a little bit too. So you are not this body, so don't attach to the idea of whatever shape your body's making right now, or even the sensation of the tension. Just notice it. Bring your breath then, or if you are the breath, just go there and notice. Notice what happens to this body and this mind when you become more present as the breath, or as the awareness. Just notice what's happening. Notice by just witnessing the thoughts instead of attaching to them, you're allowing the magic of yoga, this ancient sacred wisdom, to move through us. Sometimes you can do a stretch and not get anything out of it because your mind is still grabbing onto things, attaching itself to this body or this tension, and it wants to keep it because it thinks that it is it, so it doesn't want to lose itself. See if you can let something go right here. Drag the right foot back under the ankle, curl the left toes under, shoot the right foot up and back like three-legged dog, and then bend the knee and open the hips. Keep your head heavy and your breath deep and really twist open. Maybe sink into the left heel a little more. Maybe lower the right armpit if it's trying to lift up. Come back downward facing dog. Bend the knees, soften the traps out of the ears, wrap the armpits in towards the base, and then sit up on the ceiling and sink into the heels. Trace both lines of the body. Soften, soften, soften. Inhale, left foot lifts up, come up on the toes. Exhale, knee to nose. Oh wait, no, sorry. Come back down, dog. Inhale into the toes, ripple forward into plank. Trace both sides of the body, lengthen from your heels to your crown. Lift the left toes. Press into the fingers and knuckles more to lift that space between the shoulders. Left knee back at the left shoulder. Maybe find an arm balance. Find your breath. Shoot it up, three-legged dog. Maybe hands walk back a little bit, sink into the heel. Then come up on the toes. Then draw knee to nose, step it through warrior one. Right heel spins out and down. Set it up. Take your time. If you need to use your hands or your eyeballs to see what's going on here, if you can, your heel is in line with your back arch. If that feels like you're on a tightrope, wiggle that left foot over to the left, no problem. Okay, press left knee forward. Try to press right hip forward. We're still trying to get the headlights facing forward. It's not as easy as when that toes, we're on the toes, right? It's a little harder now. Maybe your hip's not open enough, but we're still trying. That back side, that foot comes up, press it back down. Reach up out of the waist. Trace both lines of the body as you squeeze the palms together and lift up. Don't let the shoulders up. Soften them down. Soften the gaze. Stay with this breath. Find that continuous softening. Keep pressing the left knee forward. Draw the hands to the heart. Hinge forward. Turn and twist to the left. Flip that elbow. Press the knee straight over second toe. And then twist the heart towards the thumbs, maybe placing them right on the center of the chest. If it's too intense or too hard to balance, come up on those back toes. Feel the left hand pressing down into the right hand and roll the left shoulder back. Now inhale, lengthen to your spine, back of your neck. Exhale, soften, ascending where you can. Find continuous softenings. And just see how long you can hold on to these last two breaths. Really feel this tension dissipating from the mind, from the muscles, letting go. All right, lower the hands, come up on the back toes, lower the back knee, shift back like half splits or walk that heel forward. Maybe right toes will go back a little more. Notice how the mind tries to pull you in, tries to get you to attach with the sensation, what shape your body's making, or what's for the lunge. See if you can just stay in this space of presence, of awareness, or being the breath, whichever works for you. Last chance, last breath, let something go. And then drag the left heel back into its under the foot, curl the right toe, shoot the left foot up, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hips, try to stack them. Head is heavy, breath is deep, sink into the right heel, lower the left arm if it's trying to lift up, twist open one more time. And come back downward facing dog. Bend the knees, sit your booty on the ceiling, sink into the heels, soften the traps away from the ears. Inhale, wriggle forward into plank and slowly lower all the way down. Good job, guys. Okay, walk your hands forward. Come on those tented fingertips. Feel your heart up and forward. And then lift your feet, trace both lines of the body, keeping the same distance between your hands and your feet. Reach the toes back, lift a little higher. If you feel safe, lift the arms. Lengthen and lift. Find your breath. Stay here, or maybe bend the knees and reach back for your ankles. Run outside underneath the bone. Try to keep your knees, try to keep your feet the same distance as your hips as you start to kick up into the hands. Maybe you start to look up just a little bit. Imagine trying to make a teardrop shape out of yourself here as you roll the shoulders back. Soften, soften, soften. Slowly, gently release. Now we're just going to roll right over onto our back. Let your head stay facing the front of the room. We'll bring our feet flat on the ground, heels in close to your glutes. Yeah, so reach your fingers down to line those heels up with the sit bones, yeah? And then press into the, well actually first, engage the Mula Bandha, draw the low belly up towards the heart, and then slowly start to let that movement lift your booty up off the ground. Yeah, try not to let the knees split in or out. Try to keep them the same distance as your feet and your hips. Yeah, maybe you interlace the fingers underneath of you, trying to get the shoulders underneath of you more. Maybe rocking side to side will help. Find your breath. Now imagine you're trying to lift your hips up, but then imagine your heart. You're lifting your heart up towards your chin and also kind of pressing it towards the front of the room. Yeah? If your fingers are interlaced, draw your hands down into the mat. Maybe you can even, glue the palms together under there, Now keep softening though, anywhere you can, or you're missing the pose. So we use the pose to find the tension, but if we just hold on to the tension, then we just get to keep it, right? So even while you're creating tension and engaging muscles, feel this continuous softening as you let go of that tension. Yeah, slowly, slowly come down, feel each vertebrae lower back down. Hug your knees into your chest. Yeah, maybe you can grab your elbows around your knees. Your head's on the ground, your chin is slightly tucked. Become the breath of the awareness and just notice there's some tension. See if you can become the witness as that tension dissipates. It might sound just like semantics, but when we have thoughts like, I'm so tense, then there's part of your brain that really doesn't want to get rid of that tension because that is you. You don't want to lose yourself. So we attach ourselves to these ideas and then we stay stuck in them. There's these little differences, these little shifts in perspective. You are not that tension because you are not even this body, right? You are awareness. So become that awareness and watch this tension leaving your body. We'll do one more back bend. Bring your feet down. Line those heels up with the sit bones. You can do just like we just did, or you can do full wheel. If you're going to do full wheel, try it this way. Okay? So, stay just like we are. And then do just like we did before. Engage the Mula Bandha, draw the low belly in and up. Let that motion lift your booty up. And then lift your heels up. And now peel your hands back by the ears, kind of tucking the fingers underneath the shoulders, fingers pointing back towards the feet. Press into the hands, come to the crown of the head for a second, and then press all the way up. If there's room, maybe you sink down into the heels, or you stay up on the toes, that's fine too. Relax your head and your neck, good job. Stay with your breath. Find that softening to the shoulders, the face, the jaw, the eyes. And try to stay a couple more breaths, but whenever you need to come down, tuck your chin first, and then lower each vertebrae down one at a time. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, chin tucks towards the chest, one vertebrae at a time, ripples down, hug the knees. Okay, let your left leg go long, hug your right knee in tight, and then point your right foot up towards the ceiling, and maybe grab the back of that right leg and start to pull that foot towards you. Now lift the left leg up off the ground, keep it really activated. Now both legs equally activated, maybe you can start to pull your body up towards your leg, and keep pulling your foot down towards your face. Keep the same amount of energy running through both legs. Stay with this breath. Don't forget to soften. All right, now keep that foot lifted. Just bring the left foot flat on the ground. Reach around and grab the outside edge of that right foot with the left hand. Reach the right arm straight out to the side, palm facing down. And start to imagine you're going to come into a twist. Then if this feels like too much, then just go ahead and cross the right knee over the left here. But keep a hold of that foot and draw it in close to the groin after you hook that knee. And then maybe you rock over to the left side just a little bit. Sorry, I haven't cued this one before. I know that wasn't very good. Just find a nice twist that works for you. I'm coming into it a little bit differently than usual. You can try that if you want, or just find any twist you like. Okay, gaze out over the right hand. And soften, and soften, and soften some more. If your eyes are open, really soften your gaze, almost like you would look at somebody that you really, really love. And see if just for our last few breaths here together today, you're not attached to any thoughts. Maybe they're happening. Maybe you can't help it that, well, what's for lunch, or what do I have to do after this is happening? But you're just watching it happen. You're not reacting to it. Imagine there's one more little something you've been holding on to that you can go ahead and let go of now. Come back to center, hug your knees in to reset. And now let your right leg go long. Reach your left foot up towards the ceiling, grab the back of that leg, lift the right foot up a little bit, activate both legs equally. Start to pull that leg down towards the body, maybe pull the body up towards the leg. Soften through the shoulders, jaw, the eyes, activate the feet, press out through both feet equally. Find your breath. Okay, right foot flat on the ground, right hand really grabs the outside edge of the left foot. Left arm straight out to the side, palm down. Start to drag the foot over. If it feels like too much, just go ahead and bend the knee. Stacking it on the other knee, drawing the heel in a little closer to you as you roll over onto that bottom of that left foot. Maybe the right heel needs to come a little closer to the glute. Maybe you can lower the left glute a little bit. Gaze over the left hand. Find this continuous softening for our last couple breaths we get to take here together today. Find that soft gaze or that loving gaze. Trying to hold on to. See if you can let it go right now. Letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Feel it leaving your body. Watch it leaving your body. And release. Hug your knees into your chest one last time. And then let your legs go long on the mat. Spread your feet as wide as the mat. Let your toes fall over. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Keep relaxing your shoulders a little more. Instead of it being like an effort, imagine you're just allowing it to happen. Just by staying out of the head, you're allowing this magic of yoga, this sacred, ancient wisdom, to help you to unravel. Instead of trying to relax or forcing that or reaching for that, just allowing it to happen. Witness that tension still dissipate from your body. Just settle it. Let go just a little. Before you move your body at all, just aware of that inner body sensation. Sensation in your heart space inside of your belly. And bring a really deep breath back into the body. See if you can wake up from the inside out. So yeah, you come back to movement. See if your first point of focus can be on that inner world. See if you can imagine perceiving the world through this heart space instead of through your eyes. See if maybe that makes your gaze a little softer or more loving. If not, you can go ahead and fake it till you make it. When you're ready, go ahead and roll over onto the other side. Take your time, slowly dragging yourself back up to a seat. Your head stays heavy, your eyes stay closed. Come back up to a seat. Yeah, face forward. Inhale the arms up for the last time. All the good energy we created during class comes together right here in your hands. So let's make a little ball between the hands here. Feel all that good energy. One more time, and we'll lift everything up except the shoulders. They're softening down. Feel that energy. Bring it down to your forehead for good, pure thoughts. Bring it down to your lips for good, pure communication. Bring it down to your heart for good, pure intentions. Now feel the head actually bow to that wisdom of the heart, to that committing to see through the lens of the heart instead of the eyes. And then lift the thumbs to the space above the eyebrows and take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. We